Doing a bank reconciliation in Odoo 19 accounting module is simple. But what if you are not configuring the actual step or actual accounts in the bank reconciliation? It's actually going to mess very easily. For that kind of purpose, we need to get the configured options very well, like the accounts, journals, and everything. So here in this video, I'm going to show you the end-to-end process. For that, here we are at the accounting modules dashboard. Now you can see different kind of journals, which is sales, purchase, bank, and everything. And moving on to the configuration, we need to set up something like moving on to the accounting. There we have the journals. Okay. So under the journals, as you all know that for the bank reconciliation, we need to set up the bank journal. So here I'm just choosing the bank journal from here itself. And now you can see what are the configured options that have been applied to the bank journal, which have been already created. So remember one thing, if you guys have a company and if you have a multiple bank accounts, you can simply move on to the gear icon. You can duplicate this bank journal. This is the main journal. And you can add the options, the journal entries, incoming payment, outgoing payments in the accounts very easily. Okay. And with the journal name as your bank name. Okay. So here I'm not choosing a new bank account. You can see the journal which I've just chosen as bank. Okay. Now you can see the type which is a bank. There we have the sequence prefix and there we have the bank account which is determined here. And now you can see the suspense account under the journal entries. So here you would need to provide a suspense account mostly before doing the bank reconciliation, because we are using a suspense account for the bank statement transaction will be posted on the suspense account under the final reconciliation, allowing finding the right account. So you need to provide a right account for the bank reconciliation. Okay, so before that, if you are doing that bank reconciliation and the bank statement transaction will be posted on where the suspense account that you are provided here. So this is actually a secondary account, but you need to set up a primary account as well. So if you are not providing an actual account there, it should be moving on to the suspense account. Okay. So you need to provide a bank suspense account. There you can see the profit account, loss account as is provided each and everything. And there we have the bank account number for my bank. And if you know the bank name which is specified, you can simply provide them. And there you have the bank feeds. So this is actually used to define how the bank statement will be registered. So there we have four options, which is undefined yet, manual, online synchronization, and stripe issuing. Okay. Like if this is actually provided as undefined yet. So here I'm using that because I want to manually enter each and every kind of things. And then you can see the manual thing or the imported thing. If you guys are just going to import your bank reconciliation statement or the statement, bank statement, not reconciliation statement, the bank statement, you can simply enable this option. And you can manually import this using a CSV or XLSS file, which is actually supporting to Odoo. And then we have the online synchronization, which means some of the banks are actually supporting online synchronization for the bank reconciliation and everything. So if your bank is supporting that, you can simply opt this option. And there we have the stripe issuing. So if your bank is supporting that, you can also provide that. And there we have the incoming payment and outgoing payment. This is the next important thing while you are creating a bank reconciliation. Okay. So this is the incoming payment, which shows the incoming payment. What is actually that? If you are just going to sell any product to your customer, what happens? Your customer need to create a payment towards you, right? So for that kind of purpose, we need to provide a different kind of payment method and the accounts as well. So there you can see here what are the payment method the customer can choose or we can choose: the manual payment, batch deposit, SCPA, direct debit, and demo as well. Okay. So there you can see the manual payment. We are, always using as a manual in different or in some specific cases, we are using different kind of payment method as well. So here it is manually provided as manual payment, and now you can see the name. And there we have the outstanding receipt account. Okay, so here you need to understand one thing, that for the bank reconciliation, you need to choose a right account, which is an outstanding receipt account there. So here I've already provided an outstanding receipt account. I just created a chart of accounts there and I just provided here. So if you have one, you can simply create a new, this account. You can create a new one for the easy identification or for your bank, and you can use that outstanding receipt account from here itself. Okay. And there you can see under the general ledger, while you are just seeing any kind of reports, there you can see them in a specific way. And moving on to the outgoing payment as well. What do you mean by an outgoing payment? We are just creating a payment to the vendor. Okay. So there we have different kind of payment method, as seen as an incoming payment, manual payment, checks, and there we have match and everything. So under the manual payment, we are doing with the manual payment to the vendor. Okay, so for that kind of purpose, I want to also provide an outstanding payment account for a smooth and good bank reconciliation that is provided outstanding payments as well. Okay, so remember one thing, if you have another account, you can simply provide that account as an incoming payment and outgoing payments outstanding accounts. Okay, so once you're done with that, you can hit the save button manually. After completing this, you are just completed the basic thing before the basic configuration setup before doing the bank reconciliation. Okay. So now let's do for the the payments inside Odoo 19, which is a customer payment and a vendor payment. So let's create a vendor payment first. Moving on to the vendors, there we have the payment section. Just click on there. There you can see the new button. Just create a new, and the payment type is actually sending money to the vendor. So you need to choose the vendor name from here itself. So let me search for more. There we have different kind of vendors. Okay. So here I'm just going to choose a vendor as what? Jeffrey Kelly. So once I'm done with that, you can see I've just chosen the vendor as Jeffrey Kelly, and I want to create a payment to Jeffrey Kelly, which is actually $1,000. I want to provide $1,000 to him for creating or for purchasing any of the goods or any kind of services from the Maxwell. Okay. So once I'm done with that, payment type is there, vendor name is there, and the date is as well as there. So you need to remember the date because we need to create a bank reconciliation with the same date or another date. Like in case of the bank reconciliation, maybe the bank should be depositing the amount to the vendor account in a different day, or we are doing that in a bank reconciliation different day or the same day as well. So you need to choose the date correctly. So here I just choose it. It's as March 23. You can provide any kind of memo, and there we have the journal which has bank, and we are just choose it. It's as a manual payment because by under the corresponding line of the manual payment, we are just provided an outstanding payment account. Okay, so that's why we're actually choosing payment method as manual payment. Once you're done with that, now let's confirm. Before moving on to that, I want to show you one more thing, which is there we have three stages, which is in draft, in progress, and paid. So if you're just moving to the draft stage to in progress stage, you need to confirm this vendor payment. So once you're done with that, this actually moves from the draft to in progress. Okay, so after the reconciliation, what will happen? This will be moving into in progress stage, the paid stage as well. I'll show you what happened there. Okay, so now you can see each and every kind of things. Now, if you want to see the journal, just click on the journal entry that we have provided. Now you can see the outstanding payment is credited as 1,000, and the account payable that we need to pay to the Jeffrey Kelly, that is depicted as $1,000 as well. So once you are done with the reconciliation, this journal entry will be different and another payment is actually creating. I'll show you what happened. Okay, so now you can see the journal entry and the journal items, how it's journaled. Okay, so once you're done with that, now let's move to the vendor payment itself, and now let's create a customer payment as well. So moving on to the payment side, let's create a new payment. There you can see it's receiving because we are just getting money from a customer for selling any kind of goods or service to them. Okay, so there we need to create we need to specify a customer. So let me going to specify with the customer. So there we have Billy Kyle. I'm choosing Billy Kyle as my customer and I want to provide the amount. So let me provide this as $2,000 that we need to get from her. Okay. Once I'm done with that, you can see the date of this payment that we are done with the Billy Kelly and the amount. So there you can see it, and there you can see the journal, which is bank, and the payment method is chosen as manual payment, that is corresponding to the outgoing receipt, incoming receipt as well. And there you can see the bank account, that ours bank account that we need to get money. That's why it's provided our bank account. Once you're done with that, now let's confirm this, and that will be moving from the drafts to in progress stage, and after reconciliation it's moving to the paid stage as well. So if you want to see the journal entry, just click on the journal entry button there, and there you can see the journal items. The outstanding receipt is actually depicted and the account receivables is actually credited as 2,000. Okay, so once you're done with that, this is the journal entry that we are just creating before the bank reconciliation if we need to create a payment with the customer. Okay, So once you're done with that, now let's move to the reporting side and I'll show you what happened if we are just created a payment. Okay, so let's move on to the general ledger. Under the general ledger, you can see two type of account, which is outstanding receipt and outstanding payment as well. Okay, so under the outstanding receipt, you can see the manual payment that we are done with the Billy Kylie. So there you can see it's depicted as 2000. Okay, now you can see the outstanding payment as well. The manual payment that we have done with the Jeffrey Kelly is 1000 as well. Okay. So these are the payment that we are done, and once we are reconciling it, we will get a new entry inside the outstanding payment and outstanding receipt. I'll show you what happened. Now let's move on to the dashboard itself. We need to reconcile the payment that in manual way. So let's head over to the bank journal that you can see. And if you want to import the statement, you can simply click on the toggle icon and you can import the file using this option as well. So here I'm not going to import that. Let's reconcile the bank statements. So here I'm just removing the filters that we have just provided here. Now let's create a new payment, which is actually a vendor payment. You can simply provide the reference number of your bill as well. Okay. So let me provide this as a manual payment for the easy identification. Once we are done with that, I'm going to provide the name of my the vendor, which is Jeffrey Kelly, and I want to provide the amount as well. So you need to understand one thing: vendor payment is actually deducting money from our bank account. So you need to give a minus before providing the amount. So let me give a minus, and that's 1000. So from our bank account, this 1000 will be deducting soon. Okay. So now let's add and new. Before that, we need to specify with the date. So which is the date? It's March 23. I'm going to specify with the date, which is March 23. At the same day, I'm going to reconcile this. Let's add a new one. After onwards, we need to create the next customer payment, which with who Billy Kylie. Okay, so for that purpose, I'm going to create its customer payment. So once I'm done with that, I want to provide the customer name, which is Billy, and there I want to provide the amount as well. So it's $2000 that we need to get. Once you're done with that, you have the current date for that bank reconciliation. Once you're done with that, now let's add and close it. Okay, after onwards, you can see that particular two things is actually automatically reconciled by Odoo. Like they got the matching statement with the same thing and we don't have any kind of duplicate ones. So basically it is auto reconciled with Odoo. So now you can see it's reconciled by seeing this check mark on your reconciliation statement onwards, and there you can see, okay, the same thing that we have just provided. Now you can see by moving on to the outstanding receipt, it is actually deducted from there, and you can see the journal entry from here itself. From the outstanding receipt, it 2000 and account receivable is 2000 as well. So this is the first payment that we have done, the thing. And after the reconciliation, there you can see what happened. It is deducted, and after the reconciliation, now you can see it's moved from our bank account as well. Okay, once you're done with that, now let's move to the reporting side and I'll show you what happened there as well. So from the general ledger itself, you can see the journal entry, or you can move on to the journal entry and you can see what happened once you were reconciled. So let's head over to the journal entry. Under there you can see the outstanding receipt. Under there you can see what the bank reconciliation statement or the bank reconciled transaction. Okay, there you can see. So this is the one that we are done. There you can see from the Billy Kylie, we are just credited as 2000. Okay, and now you can see for the bank manual payment, sorry, for not the bank, the manual payment, it's actually depicted as 2000, but for the bank, after the reconciliation, it's credited as 2000. Okay, so now you can see for the outstanding payment itself, now you can see the manual payment which done with the Jeffrey Kelly is actually credited as 1000, but after the bank reconciliation, what happened? It is depicted as 1000 as well. Okay, so if you want to see the journal entry, just click on the bank reconciled transaction or the payment. That by clicking on the view journal entry, you can see under the bank it's credited. Okay, under the bank it's credited and the outstanding payment is depicted as well. So once you are done with that, you can I just provided you, or I just said to you that the journal entry is actually changing after the reconciliation. It's actually there. And once you are done with it, now let's move to the what outstanding receipt itself, and now you can see where it is. Okay, now you can move on to the toggle icon and viewing the journal entry. You can see from the bank account it's debicted, and for the outstanding receipt it is credited. Okay, so that's how simply you can see this amount is actually depicted inside our bank account, which why yeah, we created a kind of sale to the customer and we got a money which is 2000, and the journal entry is actually changed after the bank reconciliation. And under the outstanding payment, what happened? It's moved to the outstanding payment side, because of why we need to create a payment with the vendor. That's why. Okay. So that's how simply you can see the transactions and everything that is actually provided under the general ledger, and it's cancelled out. Okay, now moving on to the bank suspense account, there you can't find anything because of why we have an actual account, that's why it didn't show there. And before that, you can see under the suspense account, it will be moving from there to here. Okay, so that's why we are just using them. Okay, so if you want to see what happened to the payment that you are done, how if this is paid or not, if you want to move to there, you can move to the manual payment that we are just done with there. View the journal entry, and under the payment session, now you can see it's actually in draft stage and moved into the process, and after reconciliation the payment stage is actually changed to the paid. And the same as like this for the for the the payment that we have done with what the Jeffrey Kelly, that's the same thing. It's actually started from the draft to in progress and it's in paid stage. I'll show you that also. Moving on to the general ledger itself. Let's moving on to the outstanding payment. Now you can see it's Jeffrey Kelly, and there we have the manual payment that we are done with this. Let's view the journal entry, the payment side. Now you can see the same thing has happened from draft in progress to the paid after reconciliation. Okay, so this is the basic process of a bank reconciliation while you are doing each and every kind of configured option in a proper way. Okay,